So the other night I made a video saying that if you want
Questions you should talk about before having kids. Isn't this fun?
Yeah. Didn't I send this to you?
Yeah, then I think I sent it to us. We could talk about it.
with your partner, you guys should be discussing some very specific questions in order to give yourself the highest likelihood of success.
I think the only question that we have unanswered is what we're going to name them.
Yeah.
But we're figuring it out.
And a good
You know what I've been thinking about? Side note, when you have, like, so when you're preparing to have a child, like, you obviously think of names, right?
Yeah.
And then
Like ugly.
if you're going to have multiples, and like for us, like, we don't want to find out the gender of the babies until I push those bitches out. So like, say we had 2 babies, right? And like each baby has the chance of being a boy or a girl.
Sure.
So you would think of basically 2 boy name and 2 girl names.
Sure.
But what if it comes out
Trans?
What if it's like a boy and a girl?
Tingle.
Or something. Basically what I'm getting at is that, like, if you've been calling baby A like fucking David and baby B Daniel, but you like the name Daniel more, and baby this one's gonna be a girl, so you don't get to name it Daniel, then would you name the other baby that you've been calling David the whole time Daniel instead?
What the fuck
or would
are you talking
that be like
about?
an identity crisis?
What are you talking about?
You know?
No, I don't know at all. What are you saying? Is the scenario you have twins inside of you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what is the issue?
Like if like the genders are like whatever, so then you have a leftover name and you've been calling the one baby that name the whole time, but then you get the chance to name the other baby that name instead.
Baby, I have no idea.
You know?
What are you saying?
This is what I think about while I'm at work.
This doesn't make any sense. There's no constructive thought here. I love you. We have to explore this. Okay, so here's a scenario. All right, we got 4 names, 2 boys and 2 girl names that we predetermined before you got pregnant.
Yes.
Okay, then you get pregnant with twins.
Yes.
Are they both boys or both girls?
We don't know because we're not finding out.
Okay, this is on me, I think. So they're what are they? So one is a boy, and so that so I'm so fucking confused. So you're saying in this scenario, you're deciding to call them 2 different names, even though you don't know if it's a boy or a girl?
Yeah.
But why would you do that?
Because baby A and baby B, that's your fault. Shut that alarm off.
Oh my God.
There's baby A and there's baby B, okay? So baby A is gonna, like, we decide, like, okay, if it's a boy, it could be Daniel. If it's a girl, it could be Robin. And then baby B, if it's a boy, it could be...
Schmingle.
Yeah, Schmingle. And if it's a girl, it could be Schmongle, okay? But so then we have baby A, and baby A is a girl. So we're
Like
gonna name
Kanye?
her Robin. Yeah. So we're going to name her Robin because that's the girl name we chose for her. And then we get to baby B, and baby B turns out to be a boy. So we've always said if baby B is a boy, we're going to name him Schmingle. But baby A's boy name was supposed to be Daniel, and we like Daniel better than Schmingle. So then do we name baby B Daniel instead of Schmingle, even though he was supposed to be Schmingle?
Dude, my head legitimately hurts.
Do you understand it,
No,
though?
I don't get anything. I just don't get it. I don't understand the fucking thought process. I love you. Let's just continue, okay? I'm fucking so confused. I feel like you make sense, but I just don't get it.
I have a feeling you're the only one not getting it.
Okay, just because one person in the chat said, I get it, Mom. Shut up. I love you.
Transition into parenthood. I gave some examples of questions in that video, but I got a lot of comments saying, can we get more?
Sorry.
And I have more. So here we go. How do we handle days when our kids are sick? How do we handle days when...
I throw them in the garbage. I mean, we just take care of the kid.
If they throw up, you have to clean it up. That's the only
we've already
thing.
established that. Like if it's gross and like wet and poop and pee, I'll take care of it. Yeah, that's no problem.
I can clean up poop, but I can't do throw up.
You're not gonna be able to.
You're
you're not gonna be able to do their poop originally. It's gonna be all liquid poop.
You're gonna freak out, I think, the first time our baby like shits. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? But I want to start toilet training those bitches as soon as possible. Like when I see my biggest pet peeve is when there's like a kid that's able to walk and talk, and you see them stop or go to a corner and are like, just put your ass on the toilet.
Shit. Yeah, true.
So when they're babies, I'm gonna hold them over it. You know, get them comfortable.
Fair enough.
Both sick. How do we handle days?
Oh, how do we do it for both sick? I just feel like you're probably gonna take care of them when you're both sick because women are better when they're sick.
Yeah.
And they're babies when they're sick.
And we'll call in the reinforcements if we need to.
Yeah, moms.
Our mummies.
From school early, whether that's because of being sick or
I'll
early
take care of that
release
because
or
I'll be
something
working
happened
home.
at school. As a baby, depending on whether they're breast or bottle fed, Who's getting up overnight and helping, and how?
Probably me because you work.
Yeah, I think
a lot of that's
honestly,
gonna be me because I have a more flexible job schedule.
I was gonna say I think that when like we actually have a child, what we'll have to work on is spending time with each other
All right,
because
you gotta entertain the chat. I'm gonna literally with liquid diarrhea in advance. I have to.
Oh!
All right, let's get back to this video, okay? Jesus.
Who gets up with the kids in the morning? Who handles bedtimes?
I guess we never talked about bedtime. I guess whoever's up.
Oh, that's what we were saying before, or what I was saying. I feel like especially once I get back into work, we'll probably end up being on like kind of separate schedules.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you'll probably you're gonna let me sleep at night as much as possible.
Yeah, I'll just get up and take care of the kids, and I can pass the kids off to moms or something, or our moms, and sleep during the day, whatever.
Dude, you're actually gonna be like a very active dad.
I'll be all right. Relax. I love you. You would make a good single mom, though.
Why?
It's a joke.
Is the same person?
I know it was a joke, but why? What
do you? I don't know. Because you're good.
Okay.
I don't feel lovey-dovey right now. I just took a huge dump.
I wasn't asking for lovey-dovey. I thought you were gonna say because like I'm a slut and we'll date men or something.
No, I think you're a very responsible woman.
Oh, I didn't know that was a serious sentiment.
Remember last night we sat down and I gave you 20 reasons why I love you so much?
Yeah.
Like
you wouldn't let me do it to you though.
Nah, it's cringe.
What was the one thing I said to you though? Oh, was that I'm like deaf, like I literally can't hear, but I'm the one that listens to the TV on 15 and you listen to it on 80.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I love you.
Because I actually like to listen to it. Hey, what's up, Morby? How you doing, brother?
Do you rotate? Do you take shifts? Who takes the kids to weekday extracurricular practices?
It's gonna be me, like a lot of these, because I have like a flexible job.
And goes to the games on the weekends.
I'll do games.
Yeah, you'll want to do.
I mean, hopefully our kids. I want our kids to be involved in activities, but like if they shied away from sports, like traditional sports teams, that wouldn't be bad.
No football specifically. I don't want my kid getting a TBI, but they could play any other sport.
No, they can't play any other sport. No football, no baseball,
Baseball's
no
fine.
lacrosse.
Lacrosse is fun.
No, it's not.
Why is it not fun?
Because it's annoying and I don't want to watch it.
Okay.
Is it both of you? One of you? How do we share the burden of possibly having a challenging baby that doesn't sleep well, doesn't eat well, has acid reflux?
This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to fucking cry and you're going to deal with it.
Yeah, probably. That's makes the most sense.
We do postpartum. If sex is painful, uncomfortable, or just not interesting.
I guess I'm just jacking off.
It's my biggest fear.
I got a VR headset. I could jack off. I could fuck a hentai girl.
I think I'm gonna get a C-section whenever I have a baby though, so I don't know if we would still have that.
That's your call. You do whatever you want, baby love.
I don't know, it's all terrifying.
That's your call. But I'm not worried about it. You know, I think we'll be okay. That was such a good poop. That poop gasm.
Did you? Did you actually?
Not like I didn't come when I pooped. It just feels so good.
Did you have a dry one?
No, it was salty. It was wet. It was like a fucking
Not a dry poop.
Okay, stop.
Financial reality versus life goals. One example here might be one of you wants to be a stay-at-home parent at some point, but you don't have the finances currently.
I want to get you there. I want to make you a stay-at-home mom. I want to get you there.
My version of stay-at-home mom is also different.
Well, you would work a little bit. But
I would just work below my capabilities.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, you get below me.
You gonna pay me for it? That's one of my favorite. Can you suck it?
Can you suck it?
I love that video.
What? That's my favorite. Can you suck it? You suck it whenever I want, though.
I didn't hear you.
Can I tell you? I jacked off today. Like earlier. I woke up early. And sorry. Okay? I know I'm not supposed to because we're doing our thing, but I just had a sensation. But you know how it gets that shotgun? You don't know how this works. Men, after they do it, like they get...
I don't know where this is going.
It splits the stream. This is the worst I've ever had it. So I'm shooting straight, and I've got like I'll say.
What did you have? One going straight down?
Oh my god! I pissed in like 3 underwear. I was like, "What's happening right now?" I didn't know what was happening. I was like, how is this even happening? I know that sometimes I have bad aim, but I'm shooting straight into the toilet. A fucking literal. It's like I put my finger on a hose. You know how it is, and it just goes woof. Like 15% of my piss shooting onto my balls.
On your balls? That's just all over the floor, man.
I ran to the shower. Took a shower. I'll clean the bathroom.
Oh, your
later.
shower today?
Yeah.
Oh, that puts pressure on me.
You don't have to shower. I don't care. That was crazy, though. That was the worst. That was terrible.
Are you guys on the same
Thank you
page
for the love, Yorby. I think I'm saying that right?
about one of you being a stay-at-home parent eventually? And if so, how do you get there? Especially if one
I
of
just got to get famous, dude. I don't want to be famous, but I think that you could be a stay-at-home mom if I hit 100K subs based proportion money-wise.
Okay.
Okay.
you is at home raising the kids and managing the home,
Yeah.
how is money managed and allocated? What
Basically, the way that money is allocated is my wife says she wants a
Damn.
thing, and then I go, do we have the money for it?
I just thought about that though. If I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom, like I'm not gonna have any of my own money.
You already spend all my money.
That's why my bank account is so good, you know?
Bro, stop.
No, for real though. That's
Yeah,
a
for
big I've made progress where we've gotten a joint account together now, but I'm
Yeah.
very territorial over my money. But I would in a second if he was like, "Can you pay for this?" like I would, but I just feel so good having like my own money, my own account.
Yeah, you're a strong, independent woman that's supported by a man.
Yeah.
Like you have your own stuff, and then I pay for for everything that we pay for. I pay for everything that you pretty much pay for your own stuff. Not even.
What are you talking about?
You take my money all the time.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I never leave the house with your card.
First of all, that's not true. Second of all, you buy most of your shit on like fucking Amazon.
That doesn't count.
Okay, we're continuing.
the interest, passion, activity, something is most important to each of you to feeling whole and human? Because you might not have time for more than one thing in those beginning months to
I was
year.
talking about like what passion I'm fine because I just come on the computer and do my work and play like World of Warcraft, so I don't need a passion activity. You know, and your only passion is to take care of the house. Women don't have hobbies, so.
No, I want to have one. I don't
You
want to
don't.
have
What
to
hobby
clean
do
the
you want?
house.
What hobby do you
I
want?
want to
What hobby do you
stop
want?
cleaning the house.
What hobby do you want?
I've been getting into going to art classes and stuff.
If you want to stop cleaning, then you should start cleaning. We're gonna clean
I
together.
could punch you so hard right in the head right now.
I love you.
years. How do we feel about holidays? Do we spend them with family? Do we spend them just as our little family?
This is something we'll figure out as time goes on, like what family. But we usually do like a split. Like this year, we're even gonna split. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when we have a baby, like that might be different because we go on Christmas Eve to 2 places and Christmas Day 2 to 3 places, depending on what's going
Well, we might
on.
just, like, do a different
So,
thing
but
every
this is
year.
the thing is when you have a new baby, everybody wants to fucking see it. And we want everybody to see the baby because then everybody's going to buy the baby stuff, you
So
know?
then we can just do one big party, for, like, or for at least for baby's firstborn.
Well,
Make them come to us, pussy.
no, I'm not hosting everybody here. So
Your
we'll figure
mother's
this
house.
out.
Your mother can host it.
My mother's not having her family over.
Why not? You're fucking,
The unknown freak
your
super
grandmother won't
chatted
be able to get up the goddamn
$4.99,
I'll carry it.
contributing to stay-at-home mama gut fund, Purple Heart. Also first time
Okay.
catching a stream
All right.
smile.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't worry if you guys watch the ads on the videos, because I'm gonna post all these as segments. That'll be some more money for us.
Do we travel? Kids come with a ton of boundaries, which means there's a lot more crossing of boundaries.
What
So
does that
when
mean?
conflicts happen with friends or family, who handles it and how?
I feel like we're not gonna have conflicts with friends. I'll handle it. I don't care.
Oh, fucking shut that shit down.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. We don't have that issue of like friends and family overstepping boundaries. One, we don't have friends.
Boom.
We're each other's best friend. Hopefully, we'll have friends when we get kids. 2, I have no problem asserting boundaries, and 3, like our families. Well, I mean, I don't think that if we had a problem, I would just say something.
Yeah.
We're just not gonna have a problem. I don't think. So
How do we divide household management and chores once a child is here so that it's not necessarily equal but equitable?
whatever my wife says. That's the answer. to that one.
Yeah, we'll see.
That is the answer. I do whatever you say.
At some point.
I get it done. Okay. I will be better when we have more stress. I'm able to step up to the stress.
Well, I'm fucking stressed.
No, I'm not your stress, my own stress. Like, for instance, you're like, oh, my mother's going to be here on the 28th or something? You said?
Yes.
Yeah, the house will be clean by then. You know that I take care of everything. Like
Thoroughly.
every single time. You remember when John stayed here with us for the time? Who got the house done in like an hour and a half? Or
I don't
2
know.
hours?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I finished everything because you clean more, but you're so inefficient. I'm a fucking what needs to be done. Boom, 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 boom. I'm done.
No.
Okay.
You're not.
Okay.
You get stuff done, but you don't do stuff like.
Oh, baby, you did such a good job cleaning the entire house before John got here. Wow. I get shit done,
Here.
and I get it done well.
Pat on the back.
No, you're trying to tell me I can get stuff done.
You can get stuff done. I'm not denying that.
I just choose not to. It's called weaponized incompetence. I'm just kidding.
You don't have weaponized incompetence. You just don't do shit.
Sometimes I'm a little lazy.
Yeah, lazy, but you're not. You don't pretend to be stupid.
No. Of course
You
not.
just are.
Love you.
If we do need help, whether that's for going out, having a date night, or there's an emergency, what are our options?
Yeah,
Our
moms, yeah.
Can we afford to hire someone?
We actually have a pretty good support system, I think, because, like, especially, and that's the thing, like, when you have a baby, like, people love babies. So other people, like,
especially pedophiles.
so, like, our families will, I mean, our moms will want to help, but probably your cousins too,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
or my
maybe.
cousins too.
Probably, yeah.
Everybody will take that thing. We don't got to worry about it. We got a pretty good
Yeah, there's a lot of
support
gays
system.
in our family too, and gay people love taking care of other people's kids.
I don't think our gays do.
Oh, that's a good. Actually, you're kind of right. We have selfish gays.
Yeah.
We got cursed with selfish.
Our gays are going to be nice. This sounds so terrible the way that we're saying it.
No, well, John is a nice gay.
Oh,
he's a little selfish.
He would take
No, he's not bad.
care of
He
it,
would
but
take care
he's
of kids.
just in
Well,
Delaware.
He's gonna be one of 2 godfathers. Because yeah. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
friends nearby? Do we have family nearby?
Yeah,
Who
we
is
do.
the magic creator? Who's the one planning parties and setting up for holidays
That's
and
you.
buying gifts?
100%.
And lastly,
I do
how
get
do
You're
really
funding
nice
it.
gifts, though. Yes.
you feel about some of these really important things like discipline when it comes to children?
Scream instantly in their face. Kidding. I think we're gonna be very against hitting.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to reinforce like empathetic understanding. But there will be moments where raising your voice it will be necessary.
Yeah.
You know.
We've actually talked about like discipline with our kids. I would say a lot. And like,
Yeah.
I know like we're not going to know until we get there, but I think that we have a good understanding of how each other was raised. We have a good understanding of how we want to be different from how we were raised.
Yeah.
And like things that we want to instill. What does that even mean? We want to instill in our
Like,
child,
Put
like
into
teach.
the child. Yeah.
So like
You used it right.
we have to figure out the middle part of it, but I think that we have a good like beginning and end game idea.
Yeah, let's hope our kids don't turn out to be like me. Because I was a handful. Well, we'll have 2 parents. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Privacy as they get older.
Oh,
no,
that's
the
we
privacy-
argue about that. That's the
privacy
one thing we disagree
conversation.
on.
Yeah, because listen, my thought is why not bug the room so we can hear what they're talking about? We can spy on them so we know that they're safe.
You're half joking.
Why?
No, you're being truthful about that. You're being
I'm
a little
being a
you're
little
being
truthful.
silly about it, but you're being truthful.
I'm not being silly. Why not? I mean, make sure our kids are safe. Why not?
No.
Why?
I'm like
They'll never know about it. So they won't have their privacy.
they will,
invaded.
and they're going to
No.
not trust you.
They won't know about it.
They will know.
They won't know.
They will
How
know.
are they going to know?
So what are you going to do if they're in an unsafe situation?
like what?
I don't know. Something that you apparently feel necessary to listen to all their conversations.
Give me a scenario.
I don't have a scenario.
So like scenario, the kids are like 14 and it's like, oh, they're flirting with like a 19-year-old guy. And I overhear that.
Okay.
And then so like, oh, we're going to go to this party with fucking David, blah, blah. I'm going to show up to the party. I'm going to just sit outside and make sure everything's okay.
No,
I'll
that's
kill David.
weird. Our kids are going to get made fun of.
Nobody's going to know.
Everybody's going to know.
Nobody's going to know. I'm going to buy a separate car. I'm going to be rich in this scenario. I'm going to buy another car.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm having a serious conversation, and you're turning it silly, but you're being serious.
I'm being like serious, bro. I don't understand. Like, what's the harm? I'm sorry, baby. I didn't scratch you with my talons. What's they have? Yeah, like I want to have access to like what they're doing on their phones and stuff. What's wrong with that?
I don't.
Why? They will have perceived privacy.
Because that's not real. Listen,
not real?
by the time we have kids, you're going to change your mind on this or else it's going to be a fucking problem. You have to, you create a situation for communication. And I think that kids are allowed to have privacy and do things that they're not supposed to do so that they could learn life lessons.
Yeah, I'm going to let them be in danger safely. I'm going to listen. I'm not always going to intervene.
There's a difference. When you're talking about this, I'm not talking about like 3-year-olds. I'm talking about like 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah, me too. Make sure our kids are safe. What the fuck? Don't worry. You won't know about it.
Daniel, this is like, I know that you're not joking. This isn't like a funny thing. I know that you're not joking. It's going to be a problem.
I just want to make sure our kids are safe.
They will be safe.
All right.
We are going to be teaching them what they need to know.
All right.
They deserve privacy, and I don't want to hear them talking about boys or masturbating.
Okay, why are you thinking about that?
Because that's what's going to happen. How much did you masturbate? I masturbated constantly.
I jacked off every once in a while.
Exactly. And it could go very quickly. We could be watching something silly on TV, talking on the phone, then bam, flicking the bean. Okay? So, like, you're going to catch that shit if you're constantly monitoring your child, and that's weird.
Listen,
I know that that's not what you would be looking for, but, like, that's what teenagers do.
That's so fucking weird. Why would you bring it up?
Because that's what I'm saying. I want them the
stuff.
freedom to explore themselves and their mind, explore their bodies, develop relationships with other people, and I don't want to be a part of that.
I don't need my fucking 13-year-old daughter talking to a 20-year-old.
No, you don't.
Oh, see, this is the fucking problem with women. She's sitting there like, oh, when I was 13, I would have talked to a 20-year-old. I would have.
We're going to be teaching them things. I'm just reminiscing on how much fun I used to have. We're gonna be teaching them.
She's sitting here like, oh, we don't need to monitor our kids. She literally.
I wasn't taught anything though. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna be teaching our kids knowledge and skills to put into place so they won't be bad as we are, but they still deserve fucking privacy.
We're gonna have privacy. As long as they don't know. Can we monitor their social media?
Kind of.
Can I look through their Instagram messages?
No.
Why?
You could be friends with them on Instagram. That'll be the thing. If you want to have social media, we have to be friends on it. No finsters or anything like that, because we will find out about it. And then you teach them, like, what you're putting on there, everybody sees. And one day, I tell you all the time, the way that we're going to educate our children is by being, like, realistic. Like, when we teach them about drinking, we're not going to be like, oh, it's dangerous. Oh, like, you could get in a drunk driving accident and die. No, like, you're going to get drunk and you're going to do shit that you're going to be embarrassed about. And when you're fucking 28 years old, you're going to be laying at bed at night and think about it. And just be like fucking eternally embarrassed.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the type of education I want to provide.
I'm a little anxious about this.
Why?
I want our kids to be safe, dude.
Yeah, I feel like you're actually getting upset with me.
I'm not getting upset with you. I just want to make sure our kids are safe.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be all willy-nilly. But
we'll find.
We're going to explore this.
We'll get there.
You'll trust me, I promise.
All right, I believe you with that. But make sure our kids are okay, especially if our daughters. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to be responsible for
our daughters. We are creating animals spring in this world because not only will they be my daughters and I'm a nut job, but they're gonna have like your traits too.
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna be able to beat the shit out of any man.
That's not what I was going at. They're just gonna be crazy wild animals. These kids.
Oh my god, they're gonna be fucking.
I'm so excited.
Let's continue.
How do you handle some of the more controversial topics that come up, things like sex and drugs and alcohol?
How do we? Okay, I think we just pretty much talked about that. I think what we should do is that if we really want to teach our kids is I'll get really high, drive a car, kill a family on accident, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I never want to do drugs." Why are you laughing? But, like, you got so serious.
No, because I thought about something seriously. Is that like we'll probably use like my dad and my family as education tools about that stuff.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
You know, like, so they're gonna like, because our kids are gonna be like, oh, why don't we have grandpas?
Well, my yeah, because they smoke cigarettes. My grandpa smoked cigarettes.
No, like, because your dad like is a
father.
piece of shit, and like my dad was a drunk who like couldn't get it together and ultimately died.
Yeah,
because of like how he died.
Yeah.
You know.
We drive by there once in a while. She's like, "Did you know my father got?" She's like,
That's where my dad died.
Where my dad does. Like, okay, thanks. She says it so excitedly too. She's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Oh, tone shift." You know. So yeah, you put in the microphone and hack their phone when you suspect they're doing something. If you find nothing, walk away. Find something crazy like cocaine. Stop it. No, 24/7 surveillance. 7-Eleven. This bitch. I'm kidding. We'll talk about this. The joke.
As they get older, parents are not always on the same page, and you don't have to be. But if you are consistently not on the same page about some of these really fundamental things, I'm sorry, but you are in for one hell of a transition into parenthood. Do yourself a favor, get on the same page, and if you don't like the answers and they're not willing to sort of compromise with you, run. So the other night,
100%.
Oh, I thought that was a little excessive to run, but okay. I think we're on the same page.
The thing too is, like, even if we're not on the same page, we're able to have a conversation and see each other's side, and we will eventually compromise. There's other people that we know of that didn't have any conversations before they had a kid.
Who are you talking about?
And they shouldn't have been together to begin with, but they didn't have any conversations about how they would parent their child. And I think there was multiple things, but it led to the end of their marriage. You know, like, you have to, what?
Somebody said drop weed in the driveway. If they pick it up and keep it, trust them.
I think that it's not necessarily ever too early to have, like, conversations about what you want in the future. Now, if you're fucking 19 years old and you start dating somebody and you're like, oh, let's get married, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's a little over the top. But especially if you're, like, older, like maybe in your late 20s, you have an idea of what you want.
Francisco the Disco super chatted $10.
Thank you.
Pooper Hart, you should watch that abusive history of Boogie video by the Decepticon with your wife for asking so much, but it's just so funny watching you lose your patience with Boogie.
You want to watch a Boogie video one day?
No.
Okay. My wife wants to stay out of it. Sorry.
I don't want to stay out of it. I just have no fucking interest in watching that stupid idiot. I can't stand him. That makes me angry. One of the things that I'm very big on is just, I don't treat internet people like they're internet people. I treat them like any other person. And if Boogie was in front of me and, like, just a real life person, I would not acknowledge his existence.
Yeah, he's pathetic. I understand that. Yep.
Back to what I was saying. I think I lost it.
I'm sorry, baby.
What was I saying?
You were talking about, like, if you're later in your 20s and...
Oh, if you have an idea of what you want in the future, you should be bringing that to the person you're dating, if it's, like, even a semi-serious relationship. Because the earlier you're able to figure out, like, we're not vibing the way I want to, the easier it is to cut it off and move on.
I think that can be, depending on your age and maturity, that can be a first date conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
You could settle in, and if you're feeling, it's like, oh, like, so how do you want to raise your kids? And oh, here's how I want to raise my kids.
And even that, I think a really good place to start would be, do you want to have kids? Because I feel like, especially now, there's more people that are more comfortable being honest, saying they don't want kids.
Yeah.
And then I do think that there's truly, I would say, more men that are, like,
I don't think men care as
flippy
much.
floppy, like, but not in a negative way. Like, if they're with a woman who wants to have kids, like, they'll be good. And if they're with a woman that doesn't, like, they'll be good too. But there are some people that do not want to have kids, but then you're in this relationship, and then that's where, like, really negative parental relationships come from, and just
I feel like the woman's usually the more deciding factor. I agree with that. Is that everything?
I made a video saying that if you